Welcome to Datamaran Benchmark, the leading non-financial research and benchmarking platform. If you're ready to forget about time-consuming, incomplete, and manual research, then you're in the right place. In the next 5 minutes, we'll see how consultants, advisors, and researchers leverage Datamaran Benchmark to enhance their service offerings with a data-driven approach, support business development activities with quick insight into corporate reporting trends worldwide, and cut significant hours typically spent on manual research, benchmarking, and trend analysis activities. So how does it work? With Datamaran Benchmark, you can quickly assess corporate reporting trends on over 100 non-financial issues, like climate change, cybersecurity, workforce diversity and inclusion, and human rights. We leverage artificial intelligence to derive meaningful insights into corporate behavior. This is based on a database of corporate reports issued by over 7,000 of the world's largest market cap companies. We look at annual financial reports, annual non-financial reports, as well as SEC filings issued from 2010 to present. Now let's dive in to see this in action. With Datamaran Benchmark, you can do an industry and company analysis using the two main features, search and benchmark. Let's start with search. In search, you can quickly identify reporting trends on any issue of interest, from a megatrend to a regulatory initiative. For example, let's say you want to see how companies are talking about the circular economy. Simply type in your query and boom. Without having to search Google or go to a company website, you can quickly see which companies are talking about the issue, as well as reporting trends over time. You can break this down further to see where this discussion is taking place in the SEC filings, financial reports, or annual non-financial reports. And you can also look at regional and industry trends. Search is a super helpful way to analyze corporate reporting on any issue of interest. You can dive into the reports to identify best practice, and you can also download these visualizations to use for presentation purposes. If you want a deeper analysis, let's move on to benchmark. In benchmark, you can quickly see on which issues a company may be leading or lagging. You can identify emerging reporting trends, and you can also look at the consistency in reporting over time. Through this analysis, we're quantifying corporate disclosure to provide a proxy for corporate behavior and governance. Let's start with a company-specific analysis and take a look at how Exxon and its peers are reporting on climate change over time. In this case, I'll select my criteria. I'll take a look at Exxon, as well as Royal Dutch Shell. And I'll zoom in on how these two companies are reporting on the topic of climate change within their financial reports. Once I select my criteria, I click Update Analysis. I go to my by company view, and what I can very quickly see are reporting trends over time. This can be on any topic of interest. In this case, I want to take a look at climate change. When I look at climate change, what I'm very quickly able to see is how Exxon is starting to report increasingly on the topic within their financial reports. Now let's say I want to compare this with how they report on the topic in their sustainability report. I simply change my criteria, click Update, and the graph will update so I can very quickly see how Exxon is talking about climate change in their sustainability report. Similar to their financial reporting trends, I can see that Exxon is starting to increase disclosure on the topic of climate change over time. Now let's say you want to dive in and get a better understanding of how Exxon is talking about the issue of climate change. You simply have to click on a specific point in time, and the report itself will load. Once the report loads, all references to climate change and related issues will be highlighted for you, so you don't have to rely on the limitations of Control Find. Simply scroll through the reports, and you'll be directed to all references to climate change and related issues. Outside of a company-specific analysis, you can also leverage Datamaran Benchmark to do industry analysis. For instance, Let's say I want to now look at how banks in the United States are reporting on these issues. I update my criteria. I want to look at financial reports, SEC filings, as well as sustainability reports. And I click Update Analysis. Now, Datamaran Benchmark is reading the reports issued by banks in the United States to give me an indication of which issues are of a priority for these companies. We can very clearly see that customer privacy and information security is a top issue. If you want to understand which companies may be leading or lagging on that issue, simply click into that topic, and here you have a list of the companies included in the analysis. You can very quickly see which companies are not addressing the issue and which ones are placing a higher level of emphasis on that issue. All of the information that you see here can be exported to Excel. You can also download these visualizations into a PDF or PNG format, so you can use it for pitch presentations, reporting purposes, or external communication. These are just some of the key Datamaran Benchmark features. Other features include an ability to benchmark companies against international reporting frameworks and standards like the UN Sustainable Development Goals, GRI, as well as the EU Directive on Non-Financial Reporting. Thank you for taking the time to take a look at Datamaran Benchmark today. If you'd like to take a deeper look, we'd be happy to set up a customized guided tour. If you're ready to get started, simply sign up and we will get you onboarded within a day. Look forward to seeing you on board and talk soon.